Okay, so hello everyone. You are welcome to today's meeting. And in today's meeting, we are going to continue from where we left off with the solution to the class test. In our previous meeting, we did that of what the solution for questions 1 and 2. Today, we are going to look at the last two questions, which will be questions 3 and 4. So quickly, and you can see once you see marks there, within directly, I'm talking about what solution though at marking speed. So let's see, the first, the fifth, and the 10th terms of a linear sequence are in geometric progression. So giving you one, and you can see that I didn't bring comma for you to say that it is, what do you call it? What you have there will be a sequence directly, but I use the semicolon. So I know I will need my U sub 1, which is the first term. I've been giving U sub 5, U sub 10. Then I also, if you continue, the second and 8th terms. So U sub 2 and U sub 8. So this will be the terms that you will need. But we are talking of that of what? Of a linear sequence AP. So this is B half. But we are told that the first, the fifth, and the 10 terms will form a GP. So now it means the first comma, the fifth comma, and what the 10th, okay, comma, ellipses will be your GP. I hope you get the point. But the first of an AP is A, is given by AP. The fifth term of an AP is given by A plus 4D. Okay, and the 10th term of an AP will be A plus 9D. So ellipses. Now, because you are dealing with a GP, no, you have two unknowns. So obviously, you need to form two equations. Then, okay, you can find your unknowns A and B. So at this point, one of the equations that you form will come from, okay, the fact that you are dealing with a GP and you are supposed to get a common ratio. So your second term divided by the first term should be equal to your third term divided by what? Your second term. So at this point, what do? You cross multiply. If you cross multiply, you will see that A plus 4D will multiply A plus 4D. So instead of writing A plus 4D times A plus 4D, I know that this quantity multiplying itself. So it will be that one squared. Then it will be A into this, which gives us this. Take note of the marks there. Okay, so now you come and expand. You know how to expand every binomial squared without struggle. So this will give you your first term squared, A squared, plus twice the product of this and this. The product of this and this is 4AD. Twice that will be 8AD. Then plus the whole of this one squared. 4D, the whole of that one squared will give you 16D squared. And it's equal to come and remove the brackets there. That gives you okay, exactly what you have here. But here, I can obviously see like 10. So I'm taking everything to one side, equating it to 0. So my variable terms on one side and my non-variable term on the other side. Okay, so what do? I move these two to the side. So I'm going to get A squared, that will cancel. Then I'll get 8AD, okay, then minus 9AD. Obviously, if I'm moving this one to this side, I'll get negative. So it will be better I move this one to rather this side. Okay, other than that, you have one more step. So it is rather, the movement was rather than this way. Take note. So I'll get AD, then it will be minus 16D squared will also move to the side. So that will be, sorry, 16D squared will also move to the side. And that will give you minus 16D squared, which is equal to 0. So that becomes your equation 1. But you also know, and we said, the sum of the second and the eighth. So you saw that you made use of the first, the fourth, the fifth, and what, and the 10th. I will not make use of these two. So we are going to make use of these two terms. And we said that will give you, obviously, we are going to get, we are told that sum of these two should give us 30. So we are going to get what? The second term of an AP, okay, is what? Is so U2 plus U8 is equal to 30. But the second term, you know, is A plus D. Okay, plus your eighth term will be A plus 7D, and that should be equal to 30. So again, you take the variable terms to that side and the constant on this side, and you get this, you can reduce the equation before you label. Or, okay, I know I can make A the subject straight away, then label it at that point and use substitution. Other than that, I'll come and write, label this one as 2, then come and write from 2. I'll go and make A the subject and I'll call that 2A. So you still get the same number of steps, only that what you write here will be from 2. That will be the only thing that you write extra. Okay, so now you substitute equation 2 into equation what? Equation 1. Okay, so wherever I see A in equation 2, I substitute. So I have only one A here. So I substitute D. Then I expand, simplify, I will end up getting what I have here. Okay, then you can see that this is only an equation in D. So I factorize because it's a quadratic in D. Factorize, set each of the factors to 0. Okay, then I will go and find whatever that I'm supposed to find. So please take note. So now you can see that I've not numbered my solution. We have to find the first term and the non-zero, so you underline this so that it will guide you in your conclusion. Okay, so what do we do? Your D will be these two values. Okay, but you will need to get your first term. So if D is equal to 0, you know what to do. You come and substitute that one into equation 2. You move on. And that will give you A to be equal to 15. If D is equal to 3 and 4, then your A will be equal to, go and substitute, and that will give you what you have here. So at this point, you know the values of A and that of what the D. So you are going to draw a conclusion. So A, therefore, we have to find the first term. You had two values. A will be equal to 15 or 12. Okay, B, we also had two values. By the nature of the questions here, or the question here, we said non-zero. So you conclude with only the non-zero. Is that clear? You can't conclude with D is equal to 0 as well, because we said the non-zero common difference. So you pick that one as your answer. Point well made. Okay, Prof. Cardodo.
Sir, please, what if you found the D before finding the A?
That's what I did. I found the D before finding the A.
The A before finding the D, rather.
Okay, so if you found the A before finding the D, okay, then obviously you know that you are going to get two A's. Or you also get two A's. Is that not it?
I got one A.
How?
Let me see. Yeah.
I hope you did not divide through by A somewhere.
Divide through by A. No, I'm not sure. Wait. Yeah, I didn't. I only got a fraction somewhere.
Okay, so what was your result and what did you do?
When I reached the, what they call it, the A plus for D equals to 15, I took that as my equation 2. Then I made D the subject. So
Make D
I
the
got D.
subject.
Yeah.
So D will be in terms of A, is that not it?
Yeah.
So you can see that D, A will be in the denominator.
There is an numerator. In the
So
numerator.
what did you get? No, okay, so yeah, you get numerator. So that will give you, let's go.
D is equals to 15. 15 minus E.
Okay, all over.
Yeah. 4.
So this is what you get.
Yes, sir.
Then where will you go
Yes,
and
sir.
substitute?
Into equation 1.
Equation 1, is that not it?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so if you substitute that one here, we are going to get, you can see that there will be one A here, but there will be two A's here. I mean, there will be A squared here. But please, this is my simple advice. Okay, simple advice in using simultaneous equations. If you want to use substitution, okay, go for the variable that when made a subject will not involve a fraction, if possible. I hope you agree with me that that will be better.
Yes, sir.
But if you go by this route, you are supposed to still get two values. Okay, check again. So let's continue. Let's continue. We are exploring.
Okay, sir.
So that will give you A into, okay, 15 minus what? A. Okay, all over what? 4. Am I right? That is for this side.
Yeah. Sir, my equation 1 is different from yours.
Your equation 1?
Yeah.
So what did you get for equation 1? It cannot
16 D is equals to A.
16 D
is equals to A.
No, so it means you divided through by 1 D.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah.
So that is exactly what I'm talking about. Anytime you have an equation, okay, you avoid dividing by a variable. Other than that, you discard one of the possible solutions.
But I got 2Ds.
No, you don't get my point. You divide by D, is that not it?
I how do I call it? Factorize it.
You factorize that, so that gave you what?
Yeah. The D into bracket 16D minus A is equals to 0. Then D is
16D
equals minus A
is equal
is
to
equals
0.
to
So D is equal to
0.
or
D 16D is equals to A.
16D is equal to okay, I do get your point now. 16D is equal to A.
Yeah. Then that was my equation 1.
Okay, so your equation 1.
Yes, yeah.
How do you call this your equation 1? Because you have two equations, one here, one.
Because the question said non-zero common difference, so I
Okay.
ignored the D equals to 0.
So that's why, that's exactly what I was trying to say. You ignored this because you looked at what? This one first.
Yes, yeah.
I hope you get my point.
Yeah.
But I am telling you that you can keep it, but in your conclusion, then you drop it.
Okay, sir.
You get the point.
Yeah.
Because it's the question that is not interested in the non-zero. But the fact that I have a non-zero doesn't mean you were not told that the A2 should be affected, sort of.
Okay, sir.
So that's exactly what you were supposed to do. Okay, Prof. Ama.
Sir, please, I wanted to ask, how can we accept A is equal to 15 if we use the D is equal to 0 to
No,
find it?
no, A is equal to 50. No, you see, this is the point. Okay, you have two values for D, is that not it?
Yeah.
Okay, which correspondingly will give you two values for A. All correct.
Yes, please.
Okay, but you can say that the A that you have here, okay, the A that you have here, there was no condition for your A. Was there a condition for your A?
No.
Okay, the condition was for your D. I hope you are with me.
Yeah.
So it is in your conclusion for the D, that's okay, which is with respect to the D, that you have to discard what we don't want. I don't know whether I'm making sense.
You are making sense.
Okay, I'm making sense, right?
Yes.
So you discard what you don't need from the question. So if maybe in the beginning, you can see that with this one, if what we have here in the question said the non-zero common difference was at the major part of the question, then that's where it must affect the A.
Okay.
You get the point. You saw that in one of the questions, we saw that we're told that R must be greater than 0 from the main question, main preamble. So in that case, you know that if R must be, then it must affect whatever comes under it. But these two questions are isolated.
Okay. So
Please.
say if see what Carl did. He got two equations at this point. So if you only got 16D is equal to A and you continued, does it mean the rest of your work will be 0, like M0, A0?
Oh no, you won't get M0, A0. Okay, it's just that your conclusion, one of the values you have discarded it. Okay, and that will not, this value that was discarded, okay, you know, once you discard it, you will discard one of the values for your A. So you will lose the mass for the other value that you should have tested for your A. So it means it's only these two that will go for the A. You get a point, but everything will be there.
Okay.
It's my point well made, my professors. Okay, Prof. Herbert.
Sir, please, the method that you used to work to get your answer is different from the same thing I used, but I also got the same answer.
Yes, that's the beauty of
Sir, because
that's the beauty of
so
mathematics. I told you that usually the marking scheme will come with accept any other valid alternative. So check the mass that you have here. If all that you have here is the same as what you had, okay, check, sum the total. And here the total, I said, I think the total is somewhere here, the next page. So if all that you have that you didn't go by my approach, but you ended up getting everything that I have here, you will still get the total 24.
Yes, sir.
It's how you would distribute that.
Okay.
You need an expert to do that, a professional to do that.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
Prof. Ama.
Sir, please see this last one. A is therefore 8 got 15 or 12. So now the max, if you only got one, you should just give
I'll
A
give you
half.
a half. I'll give you a half.
Okay.
Okay, so in this case, minus half for each error. Okay, but take note now the bonus. Okay, so again, for you to get the bonus, take note. Okay, you should score for the two bonus marks. You should either score 23 or 24. Okay, however, for you to get a bonus mark of 1, you score from 21 to 22.5. Then you get the bonus mark of 1. This will get you bonus mark of 2. Is that okay? Other than any value below that, you won't get any bonus marks. So that will be it for your 3. Let's go and look at the last one.
Darkman, please, can you move to the previous slide?
Okay, all right. I'll even send it to you. I'll send the PDF version. So after the class.
Okay.
Okay, so you wait. Okay, I'll send the PDF version. So as Mark as okay, Prof. Ama.
Ms. Akman, please, the first line giving you one, you type. Please, what if you wrote it like A plus 4D,
You still
A
get
plus
it. It's the
9D?
same thing. You still get it.
Okay.
If you started from here, whatever that, you still get it. It's the same thing.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So now let's go. Okay. So then last question, question 14. Okay. This question I was if you didn't get this question right, then it means you don't like me. Because I'm in the question. All right. Okay. So please take note. Indirectly, I gave you a gist that this question will come. Okay, I saw that to a point and I didn't want to continue. So let's look at it together. It's nothing difficult. So given we are told Mr. Ackman takes monthly payment into his savings account. He saved 200 in the first month, so 200 the first month, Ghana cedis. In the second month, okay, 800 Ghana cedis, so 800. In the third month, 1,200 Ghana cedis, and that is there. Okay, so then it will continue up to a certain month. Okay, so that is what you have there. So you've been given an infinite sequence, sort of, based on the payment into the savings account. Now, obviously, if you look at this sequence, you have, okay, it's not an AP, so it is what a GP. Now, I even told you that if you continue reading the question, you said you continue in the same proportion. So you should know that once we are talking about proportion, it's a number over another number. So we are talking about, okay, ratio. So it's a common ratio that should come to mind. So a GP, this is a GP. So for a GP, we were asked, in what month would his savings first exceed this? So it means we are looking at the sum of the savings that will give us this. Okay, but not this exactly, but that will exceed this. So you should know that we need S sub n. Okay, so S sub n for any GP with a common ratio here, the common ratio is 4, which is greater than what? 1. We are going to write our formula this way. Remember, I said you can write the other one, only that you have negative to deal with. So if you quote this formula right, P2, but you need your A and your R, which you have done here, P1. Okay, if you don't write A, R is equal to this, then you come and substitute directly here. Then you give yourself B1, M1 here. So you still get your B mark here because it is evident, okay, in this one as well. So you substitute and, okay, this is what you have. But you are told that your S sub n should exceed, and when you talk about exceed, it should be greater than this. So S sub n should be greater than this. And what is your S sub n? It is this, and that must be greater than this. So obviously you have an inequality in n. So what do? You clear the fraction, which gives you are multiplying by a positive. So the sign must be maintained. Then after that, what do? You are looking for n, so you divide through by 200, which will give us this. Okay, you are looking for n, you isolate the term in n. You move this one to the side, which gives us this. So this is where, okay, some of you said you haven't done log, and I said even it shouldn't be any problem. I told you that you take log of both sides, and immediately you take log, the power will come down. Okay, so the power comes down, okay, and this will be kept intact. And you are looking for n. So because the n is an exponent, usually you will ask if you can write this also as a base to the same power, okay, or to a base 4 to a certain power, but you cannot. Okay, so at this point, you have to take log of both sides to bring out the Zacchaeus, which is up here. So Zacchaeus comes down in the next step, then now what do? You divide both sides by log 4, and you write it again before you divide. Okay, so n will be equal to, now you use a calculator to do this, which will give you what you have here. And anytime you are approximating, I've told you, your first approximation must be 4dp. So those of you who approximated, okay, not in the 4dp, I don't know what the plan was. Maybe some of you are new, so you didn't know. Okay, so however, ignorance of the law is not an excuse. So when you approximate 4dp, don't forget to indicate your approximation. Without the indication of the approximation here, okay, it will be A0, but that will not give you the entire thing here wrong. So now, we said n must be greater than this. And you know n is the number of months. That's what you are looking for. So n must be an integer value. So which integer will be greater than 4? And that will be what? 5. So it means it is in the 5th month. That's okay. My savings will exceed this amount. Is my point well made?
No, please.
From where?
Mr. Hackman, please, I don't agree with you with the fact that n is equal to 1. It's 5, sorry.
Okay, so n should be what?
Said n is greater than 4, so why don't you just conclude with n is greater than 4? So it means from the 5th month going, that's when he could exceed the 20,000.
Okay, so read the question again. In what month?
In what month would his savings first exceed 20,000?
Will what? His savings do what? Exceed.
First exceed.
First exceed. So we are looking at the first month that it will exceed. That month that it will first exceed. So it will first exceed it in the 5th month. Okay, so but it will exceed it. Okay, going, okay, 5th month will exceed, 7th month will exceed, 6th, what have you. But it will first exceed that in the 5th month. It cannot first exceed it in the 6th month, the 7th month. Those are your brofo. Adama, do you get it now?
But this is the like 3rd time you're saying this. Yes,
But is it not English or is maths? When did I say that? I did I lie? This is English. This is not golf.
but it's fine. I'll ask your class again.
Like you mistake, can you say that? You cannot keep that. All right, okay, so you can see. So that's why you always need to pay attention to detail. So in what month? Okay, so if this didn't come there, obviously you can see that we are looking at a band. You get it? So if you leave it in the inequality form, that will not give you a month. It will give you range of what months. Adama, is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, Professor.
So, sir, please, if you wrote the last statement as n greater than 5, you will not get
Oh, so
your
you
1
end
mark.
here. So no, you won't get it. If you write n greater than 5, no. You know, okay, that we are looking for one particular n. Okay, not all the n's. Like I said, okay, all right. So you will lose, okay, the conclusion mark, okay, and maybe this one as well. Okay, let me end with the bonus. So again, for this one, 20 marks. Okay, for you to get the bonus of 2 marks, it will be 19. You score 19 or 20. Okay, then you get your 2 marks. However, maybe 18, 17 up to 18.5. Okay, you get 1 mark. Is that clear? This one, 0.5, bet me about one. Because I can't see any half sum anywhere. Okay, what about giving the range? Okay, Prof. Samuela.
Sir, please, what if you don't use the formula Sn is equal to A into brackets
But you
R
use which
exponent?
formula?
Sir, please, I used UN is equal to
No, you
AR.
can't use UN. You get it? You can't use UN because you are looking at your savings, and your saving, if it will exceed, okay, you will be summing. Whenever, okay, assuming when you are saving, if you are going for your money or whatever you have in mind, wouldn't it be an accumulated value? If you are looking at UN, then you are looking at a particular value, not an accumulated value. So it is my
Yes, sir.
savings, not what I'm going to my payments. So you are not looking for the payment, you are looking for the savings. The payment will be your you, and your savings will be, you get the point.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so immediately you use you, okay, then you started on the wrong foot. Okay, as for this question, because I think I addressed it up to a point. You started solving up to a point. So I was expecting you to, even if you struggle, okay, it would have been from, okay, the point that you take the log. Apart from that, I wasn't expecting, okay, because I gave you an inkling as to what to do. Unfortunately, next time, so I know if this question comes anywhere in your exams, you'll be able to deal with it because you've learned from your mistakes. Okay, Prof. Amayabua.
If you didn't bring the greater than sign.
He said, well, I didn't bring what?
What if you didn't bring the greater than sign?
But you use what equal to?
Yes.
Or need the asamwaba. It should be greater than. Really, because we are talking about exceeding. We didn't say that it should be exactly equal to. So in that case, from here going, you will lose the marks. Okay, so sad. But there are no marks for sympathy.
But what if in the conclusion you did this month?
Come again.
Oh, Mr. What if your conclusion you did fifth month?
In your conclusion, you do what?
You stated that it is going to be in the fifth month.
In the fifth month. So in your mind, your equal to was an inequality.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the more reason why I'm not going to be lenient is that this question, I helped you up to a point, and I told you that it's going to be an inequality. So if you use equation, okay, I cannot be lenient. If it was just a fresh question, at least maybe I give room for that, but it wasn't. If you like, go and watch the video, the last video. I told you that it will be an inequality, not an equation. Okay, I'm sorry, my prof. All right. Okay, so at this point, please, the grand total
So
will be 100 marks. Yes, please. So all the marks here, Yamutu. Is it okay?
yes.
Okay, all right. So that will be it. Okay, for today's lesson. If you don't have any further questions, please don't be too worried. You know, okay. I mean, we are still learning. We make mistakes, correct our mistakes. Okay, going back. So we have to make sure that we don't repeat mistakes. That's all. Okay, so I know maybe you are not meeting exactly what you want to get. No worries. Okay, definitely we'll get there. Okay, I've told you where it matters most. Semester exams, okay, where it will appear on your transcript. Okay, WASI, okay, that's the ultimate. Okay, so let's make sure we take note of our mistakes. We correct them, okay, as and when. Okay, so once again, thank you very much. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day. God bless us all. Bye-bye.